Hey, Shalom. This is the Israelite School of University of Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, underneath Commander General Yohana. We are not affiliated or associated with any other Israelite group. Tonight's topic, man, we're going to go into something heavy, man. We're going to go into the lustful spirit of homosexuality and how it truly goes against the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. It's like heavy with the slack. But yeah, we're gonna go into we're gonna go into how that spirit of homosexuality goes against the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? We live in a time and day now where homosexuality is widely accepted all around the world. Everybody accepts homosexuality. But one thing people fail to realize is that homosexual spirit goes against the Lord, man. It goes against the Lord and everything that He's taught us to do, man. You know what I'm saying? If homosexuality was so great, how come homosexuals are catching monkeypox right now? How come monkeypox is on the rise? How come the CDC, Center for Disease, had to tell homosexual men to stop having so much homosexual sex so they can stop the rise of the monkeypox? It was no different in the late 80s when when AIDS started happening. They were trying to keep gay men from having sex. They were shutting down homosexual clubs because of the rise of the HIV/AIDS, man. Right. And they knew it came from having homosexual sex. And you would think with AIDS that homosexuality would have been thrown out the window. But we see clearly that it has not been thrown out the window. That lustful spirit has been accepted more in this generation than never before. It's been embraced. You know what I'm saying? It's been embraced to everybody's doing it now. It's like being a homosexual is the new thing. Especially when Barack Obama, that disgusting Hamite, said that being a homosexual was, it was legalized. It was okay to be a homosexual. And the government made sure they used a black man, so-called quote-unquote a black man, to legalize it. And with him legalizing it, guess what black people were going to do? They were going to flock to it more because it was a black man telling black people that, hey, it's okay to be a homosexual. And it worked. The plan that they had, it carried out, it worked. Homosexuality rose amongst the black and brown community. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody's coming out the closet. It's a town not too far from here in North Carolina called Asheville, and just about everybody down there is gay. I'm talking about, it's crazy how many people are gay in Asheville. It's like all the younger kids are just out the closet gay. Phenomenal rate. Like a brother told me, he said, man, you don't want to go to Asheville. I was like, why not? I was like, I heard they got nice cabins and stuff out there. He was like, man, it's weird. He said, you go downtown, it gets weird at nighttime. I said, what you mean it gets weird? He was like, it gets weird. He's like, it's like an Atlanta, but weirder. It's weird. But we're gonna show you in the Bible that the Lord has never stood for homosexuality, man. To all you boy lovers out there, and all you women lovers, all you men who like men, and all you women who like women. We're gonna go into the spirit and show you what else that leads to when men start to like men and when women begin to like women. Like everybody that supports that LGBTQ community don't understand what type of doors that they're opening up when they allow that to come into the earth phenomenal like they did. They don't know the doors that they're opening up. But we're going to show you what type of doors you begin to open when you allow that type of lifestyle to come inside our community, man. We're going to show you. Let me get these scriptures. If you could you give me Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13? We're going to get into the law which shows you that homosexuality is wrong. And this is why a lot of your churches always try to tell people that the laws are done away with. Because this will give homosexuals the right to be gay. Well, if homosexual can be gay, I guess you can go out in the streets and murder somebody in the streets too, right? I guess you can just walk up to somebody and shoot them in the head. I guess you can tell them, hey, the law's done away with. What y'all tripping about? Right. You can't do that, so what makes you think you can be a homosexual? The Lord is not with that lifestyle, man. He's showing the earth. He's not just showing people, but He's showing the earth that He's against homosexuality. Showing the whole earth, like I said, one class, man, they got the homosexual men out there giving air kisses and air hugs to each other because they're scared to get monkeypox. Because they know that monkeypox is amongst the homosexual community. They know that. But guess what? Are they going to stop being gay? Nah. They put the they put the monkeypox symbol on the LGBTQ community symbol on the flag. They put the symbol on the gay pride flag, saying that if you ain't had monkeypox, you ain't a true homosexual. Like, damn. Like, you got to get monkeypox to clarify that you're truly gay. Just more proof to show you that monkeypox came from the gay community. They embrace it. They embrace it. It's like black people embrace hip hop. Like we know hip hop started with us. These homosexuals don't tuck the LGBT whatever community flag, whatever the pride flag, and don't put the monkeypox on it, saying that you ain't a true homosexual if you ain't got monkeypox, man. Like, do you understand the type of psychological damage that they have, man? And we're gonna go into an article to show you too about that how homosexuality is actually a mental health illness, man. And we're gonna show you that too. If you could read Leviticus 20 and 13 whenever you're ready.
Leviticus 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind.
If a what?
If a man also lie with mankind.
What does that mean when the Bible says if a man also lies with mankind? You got it. Give it up for the brother Kolatazar, man. Got his name, Trooper Kolatazar, long time coming. You know, a lot of brothers got raised up. Officer Samari Daki, Trooper Nayar, Trooper Trooper Lakama One, you know what I mean? Trooper Nayar, Trooper Kolatazar, man. These brothers got raised up. Officer Samari Daki got raised up here in South Carolina, man. Don't sign crash to them brothers. We got the Trooper with us, man. But Con, you can go ahead and answer that question now, Barbara Kashai. Yeah, right. If a man lays down with a man of his kind, you know, the kind like a man like him. If a man lies down with another man, go ahead.
As he lieth with a woman.
As he what?
Lieth with a woman.
Because there's a certain type of way a man lays with a woman. There's a certain type of way a man lays with a woman. And that way that you lay with that woman, you shouldn't be laying with a man. I don't know about y'all, but I know about y'all, but we UPK soldiers, we know how we like to lay with our women.
Right.
And the way we lay with our women, no man in the world should be laying with a man the same way. No man. Like, what do you... I don't even want to talk about it. Good night. The Bible was very strategic on this. Like, it's letting you know, like, a man that also lied with mankind as he lied with a woman, it's letting you know, like, hey, look, two men shouldn't be laying in the bed together naked.
Right.
Two men shouldn't be rubbing each other in the bed.
Right.
This is going against the sexual lifestyle of two men being together, man. This is coming out of the Bible, man. In your churches, they fine with homosexuals. Most of your pastors are gay on the low. I showed Captain Natazar, we was down there having camp this past weekend. And it's a brother that I knew from the world who's a preacher. He's a preacher. And I was telling Cap, I said, Salagi, sir, when we was in school, we thought the brother was gay. Like, we thought the brother was gay. As soon as he started walking, Cap said, the brother still is gay. Cap said, he still look like he gay. Because the walk he was walking was not the walk of a man. Then he had the hand on the hip. But he had some money. You can tell he had some money. He hopped out the 2019 Mercedes-Benz S550, all cocaine white with the joints on, like looking like a pastor. I said, yeah, he a pastor. That's what he is. He's still doing it. You can tell he's flourishing good off his church. And guess what? The church loves them homosexuals like that, especially the women. The women like effeminate men like that in the church. They don't like strong men. That's why brothers in the UPK, we don't survive in the churches. We get kicked out of churches. We leave churches. We begin to have a hatred towards the churches because we see how effeminate that they are. You know what I'm saying? We see how effeminate they are inside these churches, man. And brothers such as ourselves in the UPK, we can't go by it. And our sisters that are in the UPK, oh, they ain't going for that homosexuality stuff. They don't want no weak, effeminate man. And neither does the Lord. You can go ahead, Op.
both of them have committed an abomination.
Did what?
Both of them have committed an abomination.
So both men have committed an abomination. In the scripture, the Lord tells you 6 things that he hates, and abomination is one. The Lord hates an abomination. So guess what the Lord hates? He hates when men have same-sex marriage, man. The Lord is against the LGBT community, man.
Right.
He's against that lifestyle. He's not with that lifestyle. Don't let your pastor continue to lie to you and tell you that, the Lord come as you are. The Lord accepts that. The Lord knows your heart. The Lord hates that type of lifestyle, man. And your church is up there pushing you up on this high horse to be a homosexual. Got you on the high horse to be a homosexual, making you believe that it's okay to be gay.
Right.
The choir director he gay. The pastor on the low he gay. Was that last week? We was watching that video on Eddie Long. Was that me and you? It was me and Cap and Kazamar. We was watching. Damn, you wasn't here? Okay, Con. Yup. You was here, but you was outside. But it was me, Cap, and the Kazamar. We was watching Eddie Long. We watched the transforming of Eddie Long. He went from being a bodybuilder to being a raisin. You know what I'm saying? Because he was telling people that he was fine, that, he just was losing weight. But Eddie Long, I believe he died of AIDS. He'll never tell the world, but he had like 4 or 5 people that came out and said that he had sexual relationships with them. And we watched the video on one of them. One of them was making a song about it, but he was like a flaming homosexual. And he came out and said it. He was like, yeah. And the brother was straight. You could tell at first the brother was a straight man when he was a teenager. He dressed like a man. He carried himself like a man. Then all of a sudden, something happened. Something happened in the age of 16 into where he was at now in his life. And you watched him be a man, dressing like a man, dressing like a teenage boy, even carrying himself like a teenage boy. And then all of a sudden, you just seen his transformation. He went for that to dressing like a woman with the Kelly Rowland Destiny Child hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? And it was a horrible thing to see, man. It's a horrible thing to see a brother, man, or a sister live that type of lifestyle, man, because we understand the type of psychological damage that is being done to them, man. We understand that. And the Lord said he hates that homosexual lifestyle, man. It is an abomination to him, man. You can go ahead.
They shall surely be put to death.
They shall be what?
Surely be put to death.
Back in the ancient times when we had our kingdom, when we were establishing our empire, man, back then, if you was a homosexual, you were to be put to death, man.
Right.
You were to be put to death. Because we understood the type of lust that demon had, man. The type of things that can come from that, man. Like, if you let people run rapid with homosexuality, guess what? You're going to start to have diseases run rapid amongst your people, man. Look at HIV, man. They were trying to make having AIDS comfortable. Like last year and this year and the year before, they were making all these commercials about the new pills that they made, telling people that, you can control your HIV. You can live your life with HIV. Don't be scared to have HIV. You got it up?
Like it's this girl I grew up with. She came out like about a year ago. I think you know her too. Yeah, she came out a year ago talking about she got AIDS. So she take the pills and still be trying to have sex with people.
Listen, the brother said, Colatas, said, man, it's a sister right up here right now where we at in the Ville who have AIDS, man, and she's taking the medication, and guess what? She's still having sex with men. Like, it's still men out here having sex with her, not knowing she has the AIDS. She might tell him and she might not tell him, but the AIDS is real, man. Like, I lost a cousin to it. Like, not even to the AIDS. It was just more the depression that he was going through that made him kill himself. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't overcome the fact that he had it. And he committed suicide. 22 years old. Committed suicide. Couldn't deal with it. The stress, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially staying in a small town where everybody knows everything about everybody. Like, he was pretty much shunned out by everybody. He couldn't come around nobody. Nobody really wanted them in the house. And you know, brothers were smoking weed. Guess what? They didn't want to smoke weed with him.
Right.
Like, he come up, let me hit the blunt. They like, what? He's like, hey man, we ain't smoking. And then he started to feel outcast. And they got to the point where his depression got so real that he killed himself. Like, that's the type of damage that comes from living that lifestyle, man. You know what I'm saying? And the worst thing about it was, he wasn't even gay. Like, he wasn't gay. It was just he was sleeping with a sister who had slept with somebody who was homosexual. The sister was a whore. She slept with a man, but this man was having sex with other men. And he caught it from somebody. And the sister had sex with him, and he gave it to her, and then she gave it to a numerous amount of brothers. Sad story, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord said they surely should be put to death. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about the 90s on how many homosexuals died from the AIDS, man. They died from being a homosexual. You can read the next verse up.
Their blood shall be upon them.
They what?
Their blood shall be upon them.
Right, and that HIV/AIDS is a blood pathogen disease, man. Gets through the blood. Gets in through your blood, man, and it kills you off, man. It attacks your blood. It makes your body fight against itself, man. Your white blood cells don't begin to produce, and your body just starts to deteriorate, man. I remember I think it was General Hazayan that said that he had a friend that they knew back when they was in the world growing up. They said that HIV tore him up so loud that they had to burn his body. They couldn't even have it they couldn't even have a normal funeral for him. Like, I remember that in the 90s. I remember when we stayed in back in the hood, this lady caught it, and she had got so skinny. I'll never forget. I was young. I didn't know what AIDS were, but I just remember everybody, my mama knew, talking about it, like, yeah, she got AIDS. She got AIDS. And you watched her shrivel up, get skinny and skinny and skinny and skinny until when she was gone. You got it up?
Yeah, I got a similar story. When we was staying in Fleetwood in the 90s, my mama, it was this gay dude, my mama was cool with him. His name was James, but he caught AIDS. He did the same, got skinny. And back then, I ain't know what AIDS was.
Right.
When they said he had AIDS, I thought they were talking about AIDS on the report card.
Right. Damn. That nigga smart. It's like it. Did he die from it?
Yeah, he died. Yeah, it ain't even take long. He died in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that.
Good night.
But he got sick, went to the hospital, then he died like a week, 2 weeks later.
Tell people that AIDS is, man, especially now, man, this is not the time to try to be a homosexual, man. Like right now, man, like how the world is going right now, how the Lord has the earth going, they said that the earth is spinning faster, meaning the days are starting to move a lot faster now. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord is speeding it up. Even that's biblical. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's happening now is biblical, man. And the Lord is against that monkeypox, man. He's against that homosexual lifestyle, man. Like you get a disease called monkeypox, where you get boils on the inside of your mouth, on your face, on your hands, on your legs, and you think that's the lifestyle the Lord wants you. So that's the blessing from the Lord. I guess Bishop T.D. Jakes, I guarantee you when he found out he had AIDS, I guarantee you he regretted having homosexual sex. I guarantee you that when he found out, I bet he was just like, yo, I should have never did that. But it's too late then. You got the AIDS, man. And I guarantee you, man, that was what killed Eddie Long, man. That HIV AIDS. He'll never come out and say it, but I guarantee you, that's what killed him, man. So like, that's it on that up.
Okay.
Could you get me Romans chapter 1, verse 25? Come.
Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God, Yahweh, into a lie?
Who did what?
Who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie?
Who changed the truth of the Lord into a lie, man? You know what I'm saying? Because there's somebody that told people that being a homosexual is fine with the Lord. And that is a complete lie, man. If you don't believe me, look at the monkeypox right now. You think I'm lying? Look at the monkeypox right now. Monkeypox is on the rise, and you mean to tell me you think that's the truth? Go ahead.
And worship and serve the creator the creature more than the creator.
They serve the what?
The creature more than the creator.
Because whoever told this lie, man, is a creature, man. Is a beast. Is a creature. Who's that beast? That's the so-called oppressor, man. The so-called the devil the Bible speaks of, man. He told everybody that it was okay to be a homosexual, man. And that's a creature. That's a beast, man. Telling our people that's the lifestyle that we should live. You know what I'm saying? Now you got monkeypox on the rise. You got black people with homosexuality still believing that's the lifestyle to live. It's like, if you could you get the article where it says how mental health from the BBC?
BBC.
All right, you already got it pulled up?
Okay.
All right, we're going to finish reading that. We're going to finish reading that scripture. Okay.
Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Verse 26.
For this, 26. For this cause God Yahweh gave them up unto vile affection.
That monkeypox and HIV is a vile infection. And all the other STDs that come with living that type of lifestyle, man. You know how many diseases these homosexuals out here catching? Do you know how many diseases they are out here catching, man? Chlamydia is like a scratch to a homosexual. Chlamydia is nothing. That ain't nothing to catch with a homosexual man. You know what I'm saying? I remember being in high school, man, and that lifestyle was not coming. It was not a very normal lifestyle to live when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? When I was in high school, maybe like 10, 15 years, maybe like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that wasn't the lifestyle to live. Nobody was really with it, man. Like, homosexuals used to get beat up when we were young, man. Like, they would chase homosexuals out the neighborhood. Chase them around the block. It might have been one homosexual or maybe two homegirls. But other than that, they were mostly just getting beat up. They were getting beat up on, man. Like, nobody liked that lifestyle. It was disgusting back then, man. You know what I'm saying? It is a vile affection, man. You know what I'm saying? That is a vile affection, man, to live that type of lifestyle, man. You know what I'm saying? And does anybody know what the word vile means? You got it out.
What you're saying is so right, because even when you into middle school and high school, you even see a sister pregnant or so, or hear a rumor, it's like, hey, you've been doing something you ain't supposed to be doing.
Right.
That ain't right.
Right, he right. Like, even back then, man, you didn't have a lot of kids getting pregnant, man. You didn't have a lot of girls getting pregnant. It was kind of rare. It might have been like one sister to get pregnant in high school. Or it might have been a sister that might have got pregnant her senior year in high school. Like, even in high school, we had one girl that was pregnant. She was my baby mama. So I'm being honest. I was that guy. I was one of the ones who was just a horrible young brother. You were doing something you had no business doing. Like, should have been like Joseph and hid her away secretly. But I wasn't as wise. But their lifestyle was not. I remember you could count how many homosexuals were in your school on one hand. Right. On one hand. I think in the high school I went through, I think it was 3. No. Might have been 4 or 5. It was one who was a senior. It was maybe 6. It was one that was a senior. It was 2 that was in it was 2 in the senior, 2 seniors, 1 that was in my grade, and then you had 3 young ones that was like upcoming homosexuals. Like, and it was like, you could tell maybe a couple of them had been molested. You could tell, I think it was 2 young ones, but you can tell they had been molested. You could tell one of them, he had been molested Like you could tell somebody had did something to him. You know what I'm saying? Cause he was just so fragile. Like you could tell, like somebody touched this boy when he was young, and now he's embraced that homosexual lifestyle. And you know what I'm saying? Back then, nobody like brothers was telling me, they was like, nah, he wasn't like that until maybe like the 5th grade, and they was telling me it was like somebody had did something to him. He had got molested. You know what I'm saying? They said then he started acting like that on during the middle school years. But he had became a homosexual, and remember one of the brothers, man, he was a homosexual, and I remember when we got older, we got out of high school, he ended up getting, and when they found out he had AIDS, the only reason they found out is because he had lost his vision. He had went blind. He had passed out somewhere. He had passed out with one of my family members, and they picked him up and took him to the hospital, and he was telling the doctor he couldn't see. And they was like, that's how bad the the AIDS had started to take over. And like it took over so bad that he couldn't even see. And they said he was almost dead, you know what I'm saying? And so they had to, whatever they did, he survived, he lived, but he hasn't stopped being a homosexual. Like he's still out there having homosexual sex right now. Like a lot of these homosexuals. I mean, look at America. America has taught you how to embrace it, how to embrace that lifestyle. It's okay to be a homosexual. So why would somebody want to stop doing it? You know what I'm saying? If everybody accepts it now. And like I said, you can read that again up. It says vile affection.
26, verse 26. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections. For even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Now, not only are the men gay, but even the women have went against nature, man. They're doing something that goes against nature. 2 women cannot produce a kid. Right. I don't know if you want to say. I don't know how you look at it like that, but 2 women cannot have kids, and neither can 2 men.
Right.
The things that women do goes against nature, and all these women like talking about Mother Nature, Mother Nature. Half y'all are lesbians who do things that don't even go with nature.
Right.
Like Mother Nature Montel, man, get out of here. Y'all out there doing. I remember old school used to call it the scissor. He's like, they out here doing scissors. I was like, the scissors, and he was like, he said, they ain't doing nothing, young blood. He said, they ain't doing nothing. Like they ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't producing nothing but mental health issues. That's all y'all got. And nobody thinks that homosexuality is a mental health issue. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like women don't get it. Like you a woman dressing like a man. You want to be a man. You even start like they don't understand. It's like demonic possession, man. Like you know that's how you know it's a demon behind that lifestyle. You have a woman who was raised up talking like a girl, acting like a girl, and all of a sudden she becomes a lesbian. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? What? Why are you talking like that? Why are you trying to talk with your voice all deep? Oh no, you tripping, man. Man, if you don't sit down somewhere, right. You a woman. I seen one girl get hit on the video. I ain't saying it's right to hit a woman, but the girl was talking with a deep voice to a man, talking trash to him, and he knocked out unconscious, and she started talking like a woman after that punch. I was like, damn, he knocked the woman back into her. He hit her so hard she hit the ground. She was like, call the police. I was like, damn, she a woman now. The girl was like, I think you broke her jaw. She was a woman then. Yeah. Say it again, Kalazza.
She needed a man help then.
Yeah, she needed a man to come save her from that A-whooping she was about to get. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with you homosexual men out there that start talking like women. Like they got some show called The Bad Boys of something. It's called BBL, something like that. Bad Boys or something. Bad Boy, it's something. But it's pretty much like the Bad Girls Club. Wait a minute, Bad Girls Club? Right. It's the Bad Girls Club, Bad Boys Club, something like that, BBC, something like that. Right. It's the Bad Boys Club. So on there, like with the Bad Girls Club, they had ratchet women fighting, doing everything. On this one, they got men doing the same thing, but majority of them are gay. And guess what? Kurt Franklin's son is on there. He came out and said he's a bisexual.
Good night.
Yeah, the choir director's son is. I wish we had the TV working. I could show you a good old picture. Kurt Franklin. That boy had a picture, man. I'm talking about. I don't even know why he was smiling so hard. I was like, why is he smiling so hard? Like, the smile was zesty. You could see the zest in the smile. It was weird. Don't you know what I'm saying? Like, even our women, man, they don't give up the natural use of a woman. You got so many women out here now, they ain't even trying to have kids. And if they are having kids, they going to the doctor with their lesbian partner and getting their sperm injected inside of them. And then they had a nerve to say, we having the baby. We who? We who? Y'all two can't have a woman? Y'all can't have a baby? Y'all two women can't have a baby? What are you talking about? That goes to show you the lifestyle they live, it goes against nature. It's not even a thing of nature to do for two women to be together. Y'all can't even have kids. You still got to go to the doctor. You still got to go get help. You still got to get the seed from a man to go inside you. You got that?
You just took the words out of my mouth. Even if they try to have a baby, they got to go get the man's seed.
Still got to get, and that kills all the theory of women saying that women can have babies on their own.
Right.
If that was the case, all these lesbians would have kids on their own. You know, the women love to say, women can have kids without a man. Oh, really? So how come all these lesbians going to get sperm injected inside of them then? Why is that then? The LGBT community, it'd be so many lesbian women pregnant right now. They'd be like, oh, I ain't need no man. I secreted semen of my own and I got pregnant. Why that ain't happening? Why they still going back to the doctor to get help? Because it goes against nature for the lifestyle that they live. It's not a thing of nature for two women to try to have kids. It's not. It goes against it. You got it, huh?
Did you still want the definition of vow?
Come on, you can read it.
Extremely unpleasant.
And like the Bible said, God said he gave them up to a vile infection, something that is unpleasant, man. An unpleasant infection. You know what I'm saying? That monkeypox is unpleasant. You don't believe me? You go ask everybody who got monkeypox right now if you know anybody. That thing is unpleasant. Come on. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead first. You know what I'm saying? That monkeypox is unpleasant. That dude said, that devil said, he was on the camera. He said, this is the worst thing and the worst pain I ever felt in my life. He said, it felt like I'm sitting on glass shards. I said, damn. Like glass shards is literally small pieces of glass. He said that's what his tail felt like. Because he liked to be a homosexual. And the Lord affected him right where he likes for it to go to. You got it up.
That's so crazy. It's only our sisters. I you know, not to isolate nobody, but for the most part, black sisters that say that they could get pregnant without a man. They could get pregnant without a man, but you don't hear Becky or these Asians or these Arabs talking about, I don't need a man. They don't even talk like that.
Nah. They don't. You're right. Get shout out her hand. You do not hear Becky and Karen talking about, I can have my child by myself. I don't need a man to help me have a child. It's only our sisters. It's only our women. And you can pull that article too. That's heavy that he said that, because we're going to go into that too to find out why sisters say stupid things like that. Like why they say that they can have their children on their own, or men that say, I was born gay. I was born gay. Like, which makes no sense. I guarantee you no doctor has ever seen a baby come out the womb talking about some when. Never. The doctor come out, oh, the baby, the doctor don't say, oh, the doctor don't even say he got a boy or girl. The doctor be like, oh, you got a homosexual, here you go. You never seen a doctor say that. You got a sissy, here you go. Oh, here's your lesbian baby, here you go. I don't hear no doctor saying, doctor give you the baby, here's your son.
Right.
Here's your daughter. No damn body came out the womb. Come on. Do you understand how stupid that's? I was born gay, and when you can only be in the UPK to know how stupid that sounds. It was like, oh, how did you know you was born gay? What did you do when you was born? I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure you don't know, you idiot. You was a baby. You didn't know nothing.
Right.
You can pull that article out, Bobby Shaw, whenever you got it.
BBC News. Cured. How mental illness was used as a tool against LGBT rights.
Right, so they're trying to say back then, man, they were saying that they would use this against the LGBTQ community, man. You can go ahead up.
In Until 1973, the American
Slack, let me get it right quick. Let me get where you at.
Psychiatry.
Slack, I'm trying to get where you at right now. Slack. You read. You can read it again. Start from the top again. Select it.
Talking about the BBC News.
Come.
BBC News cured how mental illness was used as a tool against LGBT rights.
Right. So they said back then that mental illness was used as a tool against the LGBT community back in the days. Because back into 1973, what happened in 1973? That's when we started to integrate with the so-called Caucasian nation. We started to integrate more with them. Martin Luther King had that dream that we all can join hands, and they started to push that mental health illness was not real amongst homosexuals. Go ahead.
Until 1973, the American
Psychiatric
Association defined being gay as having a mental illness.
They define gay as being what?
A mental illness.
They define being gay as having a mental illness, man. Like being gay was like being depressed. Like being a schizophrenic. Because they knew like you have to be out of your mind to think that this is the type of lifestyle to live. Like you out of your mind if you think you a man but you think you're a woman. It sounds exactly right. It sounds right to me. Like, yeah, you have a mental illness. You a man thinking that you a woman? It's like a man who wakes up and thinks he's a dog. He just start barking at you. He barks at you. Like he don't even work. He literally thinks he's a dog. You walk by the gate. Here he is with a dog collar on chasing you. It's like, man, what the hell wrong with him? Oh, he think he a dog. Oh, he crazy. He out of his mind. Imagine if a man thought he was a deer. Like he really thought he was a deer. Like in his mind, he's a deer. Like he doesn't even think he's a human being. He thinks he's a deer. Right. Oh, or better yet, what if somebody thought they was a car? You wouldn't think that's a mental health issue? Like what you is? I'm a 96 Corvette. Stingray. That's what I am. Vroom, vroom, vroom. You out your damn mind, man. And back then, man, the American Psychiatric Association knew that being gay was a mental health issue, man. They knew it back then. Because if any man thinks that he's a woman or a woman thinks she's a man, there's something that's not right up here. There's something loose up there. Like you have to be out of your mind to think that that's how you're supposed to be. You can go ahead up.
A new documentary recalls the struggle to change the definition which for years limited the rights of LGBT people in the U.S.
Right, so they had a film about it where they were trying to fight this back then. They were trying to fight for the rights because nobody would, like the LGBT community back then, with them being associated with having a mental health issue, think about what jobs they couldn't get. Think about it. Like people was like, hey, listen, we can't let this person with this mental illness run our company. Like you're not gonna let a man who thinks he's a car run a Fortune 500 company, would you?
Right.
It's like, hey, nah, man, what y'all doing? Hey, yeah, man, we gonna let him run the company. He thinks he's a car. Go ahead.
I mean, that's heavy because Kanye won't even let nobody run his business.
And Kanye has mental health issues. Like he takes medicine for it. I give him that. He doesn't think he's a car or a woman. He's a little lunatic. He's out of his mind a little bit. So they say. He got mental issues. He does. But they knew that being a homosexual back then was a real mental illness. And you couldn't do nothing with that, man. Like you really had to get help to fight that type of demon, man. Like people had to get counseling. You can go ahead up.
But the film's makers say the fight for equality was a part of a bigger battle which continues today. The film or TV you see in the documentary Cured isn't a total surprise. Being gay was illegal in the United States when most of the programmers and public service announcements future were made.
So they said at one point in time, man, it was illegal to be gay, man. They knew the whole thing. Like, some devils had enough sense to understand, like, listen, if we let this thing continue, we're going to lose this country, man. Listen, the person that is over the mental health in the United States is a transgender man. Like, you got this man, he looks like the dude that played in Independence Day, the doctor. The doctor with the long hair that had the glasses, remember the alien wrapped thing around his neck and was talking like him? This man looks just like him. I thought it was him for a minute. But he's on stage dressed like a woman. But he's the head over mental health issues in the United States. When back before 1973, he wouldn't even be able to get that part. He wouldn't even be able to get that job. Because they would have told him, man, what the hell you doing? You got a mental health issue, man. You need to go see somebody. You can't get up here. Like, you ain't mentally stable. One day you a woman, one day you a man, one day something gonna happen. It's gonna crash. One day you gonna wake up, you ain't gonna know what to do. You gonna be in you gonna be back switching from voice to voice. You gonna have a nervous mental breakdown like a lot of homosexuals do. You can go ahead up.
The United States path to legalizing same-sex relationships will be complex, often with variations between the country's 50 states. Even so, the prejudice at work in some of the marital material can be startling. A police officer was filmed by station WTVJ in South Florida addressing school students in 1966 about the dangers of being near gay people.
Of what?
Being near gay people.
Right, and guess what? It's dangerous now being near the gay people. Monkeypox. Like right now, they're telling gay men. The CDC told gay men they need to stop having sex. They kind of need to stay from around each other. They need to stay off from around each other. Because they know monkeypox is being spread amongst homosexual men. And this was in 1966. A cop was telling kids the danger of being near homosexuals. Go ahead.
They can be anywhere, he tells them. They can be policemen, they can be school teachers, and if we catch you with a homosexual, your parents are going to know about it first.
Damn right. They was on it. Give them a hand back then. Give them a hand. Like they was against their homosexual lifestyle, man. Imagine if that lifestyle imagine if they would have still continued. We probably wouldn't have AIDS right now, man. Probably wouldn't have AIDS running rapid in our black communities, man. Probably wouldn't have monkeypox on the rise right now, man. Probably wouldn't have it right now. So, like, you can go ahead when you're ready up.
The following year, an edition of CBS Reports called The Homosexuals was probably trying to tackle a controversial topic with an open mind. But reporter Mike Wallace, using the terminology of the time, is repeatedly tripped up by his moralistic commentary. Let me keep going.
Come.
The average homosexual, if there be such, is promiscuous.
Is what?
Promiscuous.
He said the average homosexual is promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? It's and that word just mean, you know, like kind of very curious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like very monogamous. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
like easily entertained.
Right. He said your average homosexual is very promiscuous. Like it don't take much to make a homosexual happy. They like just about anything, and we're gonna dive into how that homosexual lifestyle leads to other things. Right. You can go ahead up.
he is not interested in or capable of a lasting relationship like that of a heterosexual marriage.
You heard what he said, right? This is in the 60s. He said those homosexuals don't stay in long-lasting relationships, which is very true. Them homosexuals be from couple to couple, man. You got it up.
That's because they wake up one night and think to themselves like, what the hell am I doing? I'm sore fighting with this man.
That's horrible, man. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, what in the heck? You waking up to a man with the same chest you got. What are y'all doing? Two women, like I remember being in the grocery store. Remember the Balo they used to be over there by the hood, by the manor, right?
Right.
We was in there on a Sunday. I want to say it was like I don't know if it was Easter Sunday, but I know it was packed with a bunch of church folk. So we in there. I'm in line buying some stuff, and I seen the two lesbian sisters walking around with the little boy in the buggy. They had the little boy in the buggy. They had the little boy in the buggy. Then they had another little boy that was walking beside the buggy. So we get in the line. We sitting in the line. We chilling. They pull in the line. The little boy that was walk up against the candy. He looks at the lesbian, the so-called stud. He says, "Daddy, can I get this candy?" And the mama said, "Boy, shut up." And the old lady in line said, Shamed him. The older sister, man, she was an old church lady. She had the white stockings on, the white stuff. When that little boy looked at the stud woman and said, "Daddy, can I have this candy?" The lesbian mother said, "Shut up, boy, stop talking so loud." And the older sister said, You got it out.
That sister said that because she was embarrassed.
She was shamed. She was embarrassed and shamed. Because she knew telling that boy that that's his daddy is wrong. She thought she was doing it right behind closed doors. But when the boy brought it to the light, she had to shut him up because she knew it was wrong. Like, you teaching this child is already mentally unstable. He's confused. He thinks this woman is his daddy.
Right.
So what the hell is his daddy to him then? Like, he see his real daddy, he like, "Hey, what are you? Like,
Right.
I call this woman my daddy. What do I call you? Phil? Richard? Richard, what's up, Richard? Hey, I'm your daddy. Nah, my daddy's got breasts. You just Richard. You teaching this child how to be mentally unstable, man. And that's why homosexuality is a mental illness, man.
Right.
It's a mental illness. You teaching a child that this woman is his daddy? Look, they came out, they had an article that came out where they caught these two homosexual men who were adopting kids and making the kids make pornos. Making child pornography videos. Like, I seen some pictures. It was like when I mean it made me so pissed off. It was two white men. They had adopted a young black baby, and they both were his parents. And it was like, it made me almost want to throw my damn TV off the wall because it made me sick. It made me sick to my stomach. It made me hate you Christian churches even more because y'all have all this money and all this power, and y'all don't try to stop any of this. Y'all don't try to adopt any of these kids that's going through these things. Y'all don't try to reach out to these kids that have been molested in different places. Hell, y'all doing the molesting inside the churches. Y'all molest these kids. These kids come out of the church with mental health issues. You got it up.
And that's it that you say that young brother, he was calling that his sister daddy. And sisters need to wake up and realize, like, America only looks at the title that these black sisters is given.
Right.
If you say you're a black woman, they'll be damned. You know what I'm saying? Your title is more important than your own heritage, your own nationality.
Damn right. That's heavy. Give a shout out a hand, man. He's right. People are more worried about a title than their heritage. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get your what they say. Make sure you give me the right pronouns. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Bible say when them homosexuals be like, "Oh, I'm not a man or a woman. I'm them. I'm us." In the Bible, the demon said that too. Demon said there are many of us. Our name is Legion. I mean, that's a whole demonic spirit on somebody, man. Men acting like women. Like y'all gonna learn, and especially like down here in Greenville, it's one homosexual that's very popular in the black community. You know what I'm talking about, right?
CC.
Oh, I don't know who that is. That's another one.
Oh, you talking about the big boy?
Yeah, the big homosexual.
Okay.
That's a horrible name. I ain't gonna say his name out of respect for the UPK, but his name by itself is yikes. That's all I can say about their name. Like, and guess what? Black women embrace him. Black women, they let him do their makeup, their hair. Did he do hair?
He got time. He ain't motivational speaker too.
Y'all say y'all hate men, but guess who's y'all motivational speaker? A man. Even though he's gay, he's still your Yeah, look. Guess what? Sooner or later they're gonna stop chilling with him when that monkeypox start to spread. Let them catch monkeypox and see how many sisters stay away from him. Girl, you know so and so caught the monkeypox. You gonna still gonna do your makeup? Hell no. Hell no. He ain't touching my face. That monkeypox on his hand. If you could, we're gonna go back to the scriptures. So let me get back with you. You can go back to Romans chapter 1, verse 26, where we were located at.
Start from the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning of 26.
Romans 1, verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections. For even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Right. So the Bible is telling you two women being together is something that goes against nature. That lesbian lifestyle goes against nature. It's not a natural thing to do for two women to be together. They can't produce anything. Go ahead.
Verse 27. And likewise, also the man, leaving the natural use of the woman.
And what?
Likewise, also the man, leaving the natural use of the woman.
Right, because a man was supposed to have a woman, and he was supposed to use that woman for her natural use. What is the natural use for a woman towards a man? They have kids. Oh, it's like he could answer that. It's like my bad. They have kids. What's some other things that's a natural use for a woman, for a man?
Being a helpmate to the man.
Being a helpmate to the man.
That affection.
That affection that a woman gives, it's nothing like a woman's affection. Ooh-wee. Like when my woman comes and talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I love that. You know, a family, kids. Like I said earlier, two men can't have kids, man. Go ahead.
And after a long day of work, come home with some nice mounds.
It's a nice
Soft mounds.
Right. We ain't gonna get into too many details on that, but there's nothing wrong with that. You come home from a long day of work. Rib right there, take your boot off your feet. You know how women don't understand with the power that they have. Right. Taking the man's boot off his feet is something that he truly appreciates. Like a woman take your boot off your feet, man, and caress the bunions on them things. Girl, get a t-shirt with your name on it. What you about to say?
Sister Tikba. She said peace, and the common one said someone to come home to.
Yeah, right. Listen, a woman is something good to come home to, man. That natural use of that woman, you know what I'm saying? She beautiful, able to lay in the bed with her. She's smelling good. She's soft. I don't get it. Two men, two hairy beasts laying in the damn bed together. You filthy bastards. Whole house smell like sewage. You got it out.
Sound like two Rick Rosses.
That's all you hear in there. That's all you hear in there. Two whales smacking each other in there. Come on, man. You don't see the lions having sex in there, do you? You ever seen the two lions having sex? Hell no. Somebody tried to argue with me that, well, they do got gay animals. Oh, I guess you an animal then, huh?
Right.
I guess you fall in that category, you animal. They couldn't even say nothing. He was trying to argue with me about it. Because his daughter, the brother with daughter is a homosexual. And he was like, man, I don't understand why brothers always say pause with certain things. It makes me mad. I was like, what you mad for? I said, everybody got their own genre on how they want to speak. I said, ain't we entitled to freedom of speech? He was like, yeah, but, you know, everybody try to act like homosexuality is wrong. And you know, certain type of animals that are gay. I said, so you label homosexuals animals? He was like, nah, my daughter gay. I was like, what you saying then? I'm just saying it's not wrong. I was like, all right, brother. Don't let your daughter be gay then. That's you with no grandkids, nigga. My sons better bring me some grandchildren.
Right.
You better carry my lineage. Listen, it was a brother, we seen, it was a video, Colatas I was talking about. He was talking about how the daddy kicked the son out the house for being gay. And the father did right. The father said, I can't have this type of lifestyle in my house.
Yeah, right.
And he did right. You know what I'm saying? Why should the father have to accept that just because everybody else does? You know, that father has the right to get that out of his house. I can only imagine. He said, why are you kicking me out the house, daddy? He said, because of the company that you keep.
Right.
Like, imagine you being a straight man. You comfortable in your house. You know, you walking around in your gym shorts and your T-shirt. Next thing you know, your son brings his gay friend in the house. You don't think the father gonna feel uncomfortable? Father gonna be like, hey, man, what y'all got going on? Oh, we just chilling, Dad. I'll be glad when they get the hell out of here. Like, no man, no real man wants that type of lifestyle in their house, man. You bringing in a group of homosexuals. Man, if you don't get that out, man, listen. No. Same thing with lesbianism. Man, you can't bring a girl in your house acting like shit, man. What is that gonna do to the other kids that you got? Like, your family members, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't bring a flamboyant homosexual around my family, man. I couldn't do it, man. Especially around my kids, man. Like, my kids gonna look at me like something wrong to me. It's like, you can go ahead out with 27 again.
From the top.
Mm-hmm.
Romans 1, verse 27. And likewise, also the man, leaving the natural use of the woman, burnt in their lust.
Did what?
Burnt in their lust.
A lot of you homosexuals burning in y'all list. STDs, monkeypox, HIV, all the acronyms, y'all got it. Herpes, HIV, monkey peas, whatever. Syphilis. That syphilis ain't no joke either. Yeah, they got something called super gonorrhea. What is that? Super gonorrhea. Like, you already burning. I guess you burning on another level. You really burning in your lust with that super gonorrhea. Go ahead.
Burning in their lust, one toward another.
What?
One toward another.
Go ahead.
Man with man.
Man with what?
Man with man.
So two men with men burning in their lust. Go ahead.
Working that which is unseemly.
Working something that is unseemly. But unseemly just means something that is improper, man. Go ahead.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And the things that they suffer, you know what I'm saying? The things that they suffer, man, for the error, man, which they met. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to suffer from that. You're going to suffer from that, man. You know what I'm saying? People are going to suffer from that lustful lifestyle of being a homosexual, man. Right. And we see it right now on TV. They said monkeypox don't hit South Carolina.
Right.
It's in South Carolina somewhere. Somebody around here right now in the upstate got monkeypox. And it's only going to get worse. You ain't heard too much about it on the news lately. But it's only going to get worse. They tried to do the same thing with COVID. They tried to make it seem like COVID wasn't that bad. Oh, it's all right. And I know so many people that died from smoking behind COVID. People were smoking weed. It was a brother, I don't want to say his name out of respect for his family, but he was from where we from. And the brother died, and all he did all day was just smoke. He smoked weed all the time. Like, all the time. All he did was smoke weed. End up dying from COVID.
Triple common one says 14 cases.
14 cases of monkeypox. Guess what? It's going to double. Just like people were walking around with COVID, not saying anything to anybody. It's people walking around with monkeypox, touching people and not telling anybody.
And once upon a time, was it AIDS leading in what? Well, it was Hornberg, Florence, something like that. I mean, that goes right along with homosexuality and the monkeypox.
Yeah, that's why it got spread in Orangeburg like it did. You had a lot of under the cover men that were down there having sex with women, like they were gay, and like a lot of them boys were traveling to different places to be homosexuals. Like you had the homosexuals, they were traveling homosexuals. They might be in Atlanta, they might go to this place, go to that place, go to that place, go to that place, and they got the AIDS, and they just going from different location, having sex with men after men that were on the down low, and them men come back with their women, give it to a woman, or they sleep with some whore, and she go sleep with somebody else, and then you got her.
I remember a few years back, you probably remember it too, when the dude had caught the AIDS, and he was going down to the Myrtle Beach and having sex with all them girls, and he'll leave like a little black box on their dresser telling them he done gave them AIDS.
Oh, yeah. Did he die or he went to jail?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but I remember that. Like, he was leaving them like a small black coffin on the dresser. Like a death note. They opened.
Welcome to my world.
And he probably got it from a woman. He got it from a woman, and it was a sister. They said it was a sister at Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach used to be like, if you wanted AIDS, go to Myrtle Beach during Black Bike Week. Right. If you wanted to catch something, go down there and have unprotected sex. They said it was a sister down there. They said the sister was beautiful, like a model type sister. She went down there and lit, I think, like 5 guys running train to her, and everybody caught the AIDS from her. Said one dude, pretty much, he went down on the sister, and they said it got infected in his throat and his tongue so bad that it swole his throat up. Like, sister gave it to 5 brothers. They all went in there, and that's horrible. Y'all all went in there unprotected? God. I need another drink. Salaka. We can't say that out loud, but yikes. Yeah, son, Shayla?
Man, I don't see how the brothers did that, because whether you had a daddy or not, that rule flies somewhere out in the hood, whether your daddy was around or not, to where it say wrap it up. Right. Don't go down on that woman. I don't know what the hell is wrong with them brothers or whoever they was.
Yeah, that's one thing Pops always told you, man. Wrap it up.
Right.
Wrap it up. Grandma about that, baby. Get them Jimmy hats. How about you? Mm-hmm. I know you out here experiment with them girls, them young girls, them fast girls. You gonna catch something. Know what I'm saying? Like, that was one thing. Grandma gave you the Jimmy hats back then. Now we ain't got grandmas. The grandmamas is the ratchets. Grandma ratchet. Your grandma 39. You got it.
I remember they used to give us the brown bag with the different colored hats.
You think it's a food lunch in that bag? You open it up like, oh, damn, some condoms in here. Oh yeah. Damn, you got it out.
hey, for real though, so if my brother open that bag, they be happy as hell. Talking, it's about to be a field day.
The brothers wore condoms back then. Now everybody is monkeypox central. Like, everybody. Yeah. Yikes, I ain't gonna say that on camera, you know what I mean? But if you could you get me Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5?
Deuteronomy 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
What does that say? A woman shall not do what?
The woman shall not wear which pertaineth unto a man.
A woman shouldn't dress like a man. Women are not supposed to be dressing like men. You got sisters out here now dressing like men. I seen young MA, whatever her name is. Like it was disgusting on how much of a man she was trying to be like. Because at one point in time, I seen a picture of young MA when she was a woman and she was beautiful. Like she's a woman, but when she was dressing like a woman, she was beautiful. Had the long hair, beautiful, pretty, everything. Now when you see her, she dressing like a man, acting like a man, but she's a woman. That whole demonic spirit is overtaking her, man. She's burning in her lust. Go ahead, up.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Yeah, Tyler Perry, this goes to you. Tyler Perry, all you brothers making them skits, dressing like women, thinking that's funny to look. This is a law. A man shouldn't be wearing what pertains to a woman. Man ain't supposed to be out here dressing like a woman. I seen the video. It was in Atlanta. The brother was cock diesel, but the brother had on a dress arguing with somebody in the line. Security guard walked up behind him, gave him the fully Nelson and threw his ass out the club. Threw him out the club. And the brother was just looking like, you could tell he deals with this on a regular. Like these homosexuals, because that spirit in these homosexual men is very demonic, man. Right. Like, and they hate women. And guess what the brother was arguing? He was arguing with a woman. Like they think they women so much, they always argue with women. Like they fight men too, but they know fighting with the right man gonna get him killed. Right. They know arguing with the right gangster or the right what they like to say heterosexual gonna get him put in the box. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen that before too. A video where the homosexual was popping off, and he told him, he said, boy, you gonna lose your life out here. He said, you're gonna lose your life out here. Homosexual, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. Pow, 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 pow. Only thing you heard him he made the gay gesture, the gay sound that the gay men make, and it was over with. Dead. Go ahead, up.
Trooper Kama one said most women will tell they want gay because there's no good gay men. In other words, they hate men.
Damn right, that's right. A lot of women hate men. And that's why a lot of women turn to homosexuality because they hate men, which is very true. I've seen that. I've seen a lot of that. I've seen women who hate men so much, they don't grow this hatred for men. So what they do is they go experiment. They go out and get a woman. I heard it. I heard a sister, she said that like she had been with maybe like 2 or 3 men and neither one of the relationships worked out. So she went to go experiment with a woman. And when that ain't work out, she went back to a man. Like that's horrible. Like why? Like what you gonna do? Keep experimenting to what? Next you gonna go marry a goat? I'm gonna see how this relationship gonna work out. Man, I guess that didn't work out either. So what happened to him? Oh, we slaughtered him. He was on the dinner table last week. But that's the whole mindset of these homosexuals, man. They are very mentally unstable, man. Right. Anything else on that?
Okay. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord.
The Lord hates to see a woman dressing like a man. The Lord hates that, man. It's an abomination. The Lord hates to see a woman dressing like a man. You over there in the man section, you buying the shoes, you know what it is, man, when a sister dressing like a man. It's a certain way a man dresses. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain way brothers dress, man. You know what I'm saying? Brothers out there with the Timberland boots, the jeans. You know, they got the baggy jeans, the T-shirt, the coat, and the hat. And guess what? Now you see sister walking down that same street acting like you. You just like, what the hell? She trying to act like she more of a man than you. They wearing the jersey. And some reason, them lesbians love tank tops. Right. They love them white tank tops. They be out there in the white tank top, wearing the white tank tops with the shorts and the long socks and the J's or the Air Forces.
There's a lot of these studs now. They getting bold and not wearing nothing. Topless. No sports bra, no tank top, just pigeon wings hanging.
Somebody was saying that. Somebody said it was a sister who thought she was so much of a man. Like she literally went out there It was, you know how you go through your Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm scrolling through, and it's a sister with her shirt off, like sagging like a man, like she thought she was a man. I'm like, what in the hell? I had to keep stressing. I said, what the? Is she serious? I was like, you got it out.
So like, if I may, then if a brother that don't care about her trying to act like a stud come up and touch her breast, then she gonna feel disrespect.
Yeah, she gonna tell him, what you doing? You gay? You know how a woman telling a brother who touches her, man, you gay, man. Like, that's how you know it's something wrong with these lesbians and these homosexuals. Like, it's something wrong with them. Even the homosexual men have sex with the women sometimes. But them lesbians, they all got their mental health issues, man. Remember, my sister told the brother tried to touch her. He was so confused. He said, damn, girl, you getting thick, and touched her. She said, nigga, don't touch me, nigga, you gay. And he was like, what? He was like, what? He was like, you a girl. She was like, nah, nigga, I don't rock like that, nigga, you gay. And he was just like, and he was questioning himself. He was like, I'm gay. He was like, but she a woman. And then it was just like, brother, we're in a different society now. We in a society of the devil, man. If you could you get me 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9? Con.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
Read that again.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
So y'all don't know that the unrighteous is not going to inherit the kingdom of God? And this goes against your churches right here, man. Your churches love to say people don't have to keep the laws of the Lord, man. When not keeping the laws of the Lord makes you unrighteous.
Right.
The scripture says, don't you know ye not, you don't know this, that the unrighteous should not inherit the kingdom of the Lord? So if you're going against the Lord, you ain't going to even inherit, you ain't going to even be a part of the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
Be not deceived.
Be what?
Be not deceived.
Don't be deceived, man. Don't be deceived. Go ahead.
Neither fornicators.
Neither what?
Fornicators.
What are fornicators according to the Bible? If you ain't got it, I can get it for you.
Oh, yeah, we get the definition.
Come. Well,
Yeah, I got you.
you got it.
Fornication. Sexual intercourse between people not married to each other.
That's what they say it is now. But fornicators were just men who had sex pretty much with like prostitutes. Like just lustful bastards. They can't control it. They always gotta have sex with somebody. Always having sex with women. She got a man, he's still gonna have sex with her. Oh, she got a man? No, I'm still gonna have sex with her. Oh, they both wanna have sex, both of the girls? I'm gonna have sex with both of them. One of those type of guys who just can't control herself, just gotta always have sex with something. Go ahead.
Nor idolaters.
And this is just people who always worshiping something. These are people like that in your Christian church, in your Roman Catholic church. Like, they're not going to inherit the kingdom of heaven because they have idols that they worship. And you stupid idiots with those stones out there, man. Y'all worshiping them stones. You rubbing them crystals together like you're trying to start a fire. You know what I'm saying? Y'all believe them crystals is life. You know, a sister said, this crystal controls my temper, controls my attitude. I said, so what happens if you lose the stone? Oh, then I'm going to lose it. I said, damn, you retarded. You lost your damn mind. 2 stones can control you? Listen, guess what? Crackheads say the same thing. They rub 2 rocks together. I'm in a good mood today.
Right.
All right, sis. Go ahead. Rub your stones together. Tell me how that works out. Go ahead.
No adultery.
You know what?
Adultery.
Neither women who like to sleep with other men. This is for women who have husbands who still go out and have sex. You know, that's popular in America. That's popular. Girl, he don't treat you right. Go get you another man. I don't heard so many sisters say that. If the man can't treat me right, I'm gonna get another. What they say? What's the phrase that they say? If he can't do it right, somebody can do it better.
Another wheel.
Oof. What they say? What they said? Come along.
What? I can't even say it right. What one won't do, another one will.
Good night. And you have to be a simp to allow some whore just to take control of you like that, man. And that's why whores are so popular right now, because it's simps that love them. Right. Like, you got these whores out here who are phenomenal whores. Like they notorious for being sluts. Like I don't like what's the slut name? Superhead Salaki. Okay. Kareem, what's her name? Kareem Stevens, Kareem something. Yeah, she was notorious for blowing rods. Excuse my language. But somehow she got famous. Like, everybody would go to her like, what are y'all doing? Like, this sister's notorious for blowing rods, and y'all still just lined up who gonna get a next. It doesn't make sense. But that sister in the Bible is an adulterer. And the man that sleep with us, guess what? Guess where he is if he's sleeping with her? He's a fornicator, huh? He's a fornicator. This woman is a whore. This woman is an adulterer. Y'all both are there having sex with her. You having sex with her, she having sex with you. Neither one of y'all going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. And that goes heavy in your church, because there's a lot of adultery that goes on in them churches. Pastor sleeping with everybody, married woman. He's committing all type of fornication in the church. Go ahead.
Nor effeminate.
Nor what?
Effeminate.
Ooh wee. What's behind that pulpit?
Effeminate.
What's that choir director?
Effeminate.
Listen, and I don't understand how they let that go in the church. I know a pastor. That pastor that we seen this weekend, me and Cap, that boy was effeminate. I remember we had me and the brother. Like, only reason I knew the brother was because of a sister that I dated when I was in the world, and that was her best friend. And I used to always ask her, I was like, is he gay? She was like, I don't think he gay. I was like, so why he act the way he does? I was like, why he act like that? He act like Big Mama. Act like Big Mama. She was like, I don't know why he act like that. He been in the church. Go ahead.
Trooper Rothazak, he said, Salakia, sir, it's a lot of studs, referring to what we were saying earlier. He said, Salakia, sir, it's a lot of studs that have sexual relationships with men.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And then guess who be the main ones that want to have, like you said, it be the studs. It be the ones that act like men who want the men. It ain't the lesbian, because the lesbian, the one that's the woman in the relationship, she got about 3 or 4 kids. Like, she's really into this stud. Like, she think this stud can be a better man than a man.
The whole time, the man that's trying to be the woman trying to be a man, need a man, want a man.
Damn right. Like Kalataza said, he said the damn woman who's trying to be a man wants a man. Still has that sexual desire to be with a man. I've seen it. I've seen hardcore studs who act like they tough, who just love hardcore men, like brothers in the UPK. They see how masculine we are, how strong we are. They hear it in your voice. They be like, damn, this is a masculine man right here. And guess what? That woman comes out. You have someone sliding up. Hey, I give you my number. Like, what you say? They slide you the number. They want you to talk to them. You'd be startled. Like, what the hell? Yeah, I'll talk to you, sis. First, you got to get that demon off you. You got to put on a dress or something.
Right.
You got to wear a dress. Listen, man, you studs out there, you stud women out there, we know what you want, man. Go and slide a number to a priest, man. We'll change all of that. We'll change that lifestyle. You'd be in here saying Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Alatah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, with a dress on and a head wrap. Don't give a number to a priest. Yeah, right. Them toes gonna be painted and beautiful. Beautiful toenails painted. You ain't gonna be wearing Jordans and baggy pants no more. You gonna have on a dress and a head wrap. In the UPK, we know how to fix lesbianism in here. Let's give us a chance. Give brothers a chance in here. Anything else on that?
Kind. Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
And men and people out here abusing themselves with mankind. Yikes. You, oof. Look, it goes to show you, man, the Lord is not with their homosexual lifestyle, man. Y'all think that's the way. LGBT, whatever community, I never can say it right. They think that's the way. They think being a homosexual is the way. It's like it. If you could, give me Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. The book of Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4.
Hebrews 13, chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
Go ahead, read it again.
Marriage is honorable in all.
Marriage is honorable in all, man. And what is marriage according to the Bible?
When a man lies with a woman.
Damn right. Damn right. That is honorable in the eyes of the Most High, man. That's what helps make your marriage more stronger, man. That relationship that woman has with that man, that makes their relationship stronger, man. And it's honorable in the eyes of the Lord, man. When a man and a woman are joined together. Go ahead.
In the bed is undefiled.
And whatever y'all do in y'all bed, that's on y'all. Whatever that man and the woman do in their bed, that's on them. Ain't nobody else's business. You got people, that's why some sisters, man, you should never tell another sister what you do in the bed with your man. Some sisters might want to get that done to them as well. You might be opening the door up for the brother to get another rib. Same thing with you, not in the UPK, of course, man. Like, we ain't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't do that stuff like brothers going behind brothers' back and trying to sleep with their women. Like, we don't do stuff like that in here, man. That is disgusting. Go ahead.
But whoremongers and adulterers.
But what?
Whoremongers and adulterers.
What is a whoremonger?
A man that loves hoes.
Mm-hmm. A man who has dealings with prostitutes. It's a promiscuous man. Like the trooper said, man. It's a man who he loves whores. That brother who can't leave the strip club alone. Who always got to be on, do they still got Backpage? What's it called?
They call it something else now, but it's a remake of Backpage.
They got something. OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, one of them. Skip the Game. That's what it's called now.
Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy on this. Skip the Game. Damn, so now it's... Brothers ain't even got a spit game. They just go right to the whore and buy her. And that's what it is. You a weak bastard when you go out here and buy whores, man. Anybody can buy a whore, but a real man, he likes to work for his woman. Like to spit that game, talk to her. You know what I'm saying? Do everything. Buy her flowers, take out on a date, take the walks in the park. Work for it.
They just want to give them a couple dollars and throw them out the window.
That's it. And the Bible calls them whoremongers.
A loaf of bread.
Right. Go buy her what's some food whores eat? I don't know. That crab and lobster. You buy them some crab and lobster from do they still got Joe's Crab Shack down here?
They got crab du jour now.
They got crab du jour down here. You buy her a plate of the crab. Ugh.
Get it out the food truck, crab trapping.
Crab trapping. You go to crab trapping to get her a crab plate, and you gonna get crabs. You buy her crabs, she gonna give them to you too. It ain't gonna be the kind you eat. It's gonna be the kind you scratch. You got it out. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, but whoremongers and adulterers are women who sleep with men that, you know what I'm saying? That adulterer is a woman who has a man who's married already and she's out there sleeping with other men. Like, do you know there's some men who encourage that they women go out here and have sex with other men for money. You know what I'm saying? It was a sister. She was doing an interview with she was sitting at one of those tables with somebody, and she was like, they was like, so how's the business been treating you? She was like, yeah, I've been getting money, I've been getting famous, but she's a well-known whore. Like, she's had sex with men for money. They pay her large amounts of money. Like, and guess what? She was like, yeah, my man, he don't mind. He know I'm bringing food to the table, I'm bringing the bread to the table. I'm like, what kind of man wants his woman to do that? Like, how do you even lay with her? Do you think she even loves you? You think your woman respects you if you encourage her to go have sex with other men for large amounts of money? I knew a brother in the world. We was in the world. He let his woman go spend the weekend with the drug plug, the connect. He was like, nah, bro, man, I know what I gotta do, man. This is how we gonna get our foot in the door. I said, what you about to go do? Chill with the plug or something? He was like, nah, I'm gonna let my old lady go with him. I said, what? I said, you gonna let your old lady go with who? He said, yeah, they going to Atlanta. She gonna, scope things out. I said, man, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I said, he about to smash your old lady. He was like, nah, man, he know better. And then when she left, she wasn't answering her phone. She ain't answering her phone for 2 days. It went straight to voicemail. I was like, bro, you talked to your old lady? He was like, man, she ain't answering her phone. I said, oh, she ain't answering her phone. He was like, man, bro, she wouldn't do me like that. I was like, okay. Came back, raising hell. But she played him so smooth. She put the weed on the table. He was happy. She said, man, I told you I was down there working. In my head, I was like, oh, yeah, she was working all right.
Yeah, he was just in denial.
Man, guess what? We are not friends. We're not friends anymore. Because I told him the truth and he didn't like it. I said, bro, let me tell you something, man. I said, man, you want to be real with you, man? I said, I don't seen women like her before, man. I'm from the streets. I don't seen both ends of everything. I was like, what she doing is she having sex with him. He was like, man, she ain't doing that, man. I said, bro, I'm trying to tell you. And me and him fell out. And guess what he found out? She was having sex with the man. And guess what? That's who she's with right now. Not with him. She took him back to his mama house.
Right.
She took him back to his mama house with all his clothes in a traditional black bag.
Where the money was at.
Yeah, she gave him the black bag with the clothes and there wasn't drugs in that bag. It was just clothes. Sent him back to his mama house. And she went back to the plug in Atlanta. Read that again from the top up.
Marriage is honorable and all, in the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
He will what?
Judge.
He's going to put judgment on them. If you could, the last scripture we're going to do, we're going to go to we can go to Genesis chapter 19, verse 1.
Genesis 19, verse 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. Verse 2. And he said, behold, now my lords, turn in, I pray you into your servant's house.
Right, so we're going into the story of Lot, man. This is when Lot lived in Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah was a famous and notorious city full of homosexuals. Sodom and Gomorrah was San Francisco. Sodom and Gomorrah was like Atlanta, just full of sin. And Lot was at the gate, and Lot seen two angels of the Lord come to the gate, and Lot met them. Go ahead.
And tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. Right,
and the angels told, these are angels that Lot is talking to. Lot told the angels to come stay in his house, but the angels said, nah, we gonna chill in the streets. We in the streets. That's what the angels told him. Meaning they gonna be outside. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how we say now, it's slang. The angels speaking slang. It's like, man, you always in them streets, man. Like, you always out there, man. You always out there in different neighborhoods and stuff like that, chilling in the hood, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house. And he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat.
Right, so he brought the angels into his house, and he cooked for them. And they ate. They took this advice, and they listened to him, and they came into his house. Go ahead.
Verse 4. But before they lay down.
And what?
But before they lay down.
Before they wanted to go to sleep. Go ahead.
The men of the city.
The who?
The men of the city.
So when it says men, these are multiple men. The men of the city. Go ahead.
Even the men of Sodom.
Even the men of Sodom. Go ahead.
Compassed the house round.
So they circled the house. Go ahead.
Both old and young.
Both what?
Old and young.
You had young men and old men. So you got old men with their homosexual spirit on them, and the young men with their homosexual spirit that don't surrounded the house. Go ahead.
All the people from even the quarter from Select. All the people from every quarter.
God damn. Ton of homosexuals. Like a zombie apocalypse, but it ain't zombies, it's homosexuals. And you don't want to get touched by them. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And they called unto Lot.
And they yelling at Lot. Go ahead.
And said unto him, where are the men?
They said what?
Where are the men?
They said what?
Where are the men?
That's what a lot of homosexuals say. They say what?
Where are the men?
The pastor said what?
Where are the men?
Tyler Perry said what?
Where are the men?
Go ahead.
Which came into thee this night.
Good night. So they seen the angels walk into the house, and like all homosexuals who are very promiscuous, especially them homosexual men, they were watching, looking and scoping. Like, damn, I ain't never seen them before. What's my man name off of Friday? Big Damon.
Yeah.
When he seen Terry Crews, when he seen what's his name? Cat Williams. He said, I ain't never seen him before. Little Lucky Charm. He called him a little Lucky Charm, mother. That's how these homosexual men were very promiscuous, just looking. You know what I'm saying? Just lurking. Go ahead.
Bring them out unto us.
They said what?
Bring them out unto us.
They told Lot, bring them men out to us. Go ahead.
That we may know them.
That we what?
That we may know them.
What does it mean when the Bible says that to know them? In better terms for the people to
they trying to have sex.
Right, that's right. These men in Sodom and Gomorrah wanted to have sex with the angels of the Lord. Think about how demonic that spirit is, man. These are men of the Lord. These are angels. And this knocks all that out the box about angels having sex with women in the earth. Like, the angels don't have sex. Right. They don't do it. They don't do it. That whole gesture of fallen angels having sex, show me that in the Bible. And I'll tell you that. I'll show you that that's not what that means. But these angels weren't gay. Come on, man. Go ahead.
And Lot went out at the door unto them and shut the door after him. Verse 7. And said, I pray you, brethren.
I do what?
I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly.
Do what?
Do not so wickedly.
Homosexuality is what?
Wickedly.
That's what homosexuality is, man. It's something that people do wickedly, man. Their whole spirit behind it is wicked, man. And that's what people don't understand. Like, people think homosexuals is an alternative lifestyle. It's something wicked in the eyes of the Lord, man. Go ahead.
Behold now, I have 2 daughters.
He said, I got what?
I have 2 daughters.
So rather than these men to have homosexual sex with the angels, he told these men of Sodom and Gomorrah, he said what?
I have 2 daughters.
Go ahead.
Which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes.
All right, he told them, like, think about that, man. Lot wanted to spare the angels so bad that he was willing to give his daughters to this crowd of homosexual men. Like, it had to be think about how many, like, if it said it was all the men that came compassed around the house.
Right.
So you talking about maybe more than 100 men that don't circle around one house, all thinking they gonna get, like, do you understand? That's the spirit behind homosexuality, man. It's a lustful, burning desire. Like, all these men circled the house trying to get 2 men. Just for 2 men. And that's the same spirit now with homosexuality. Homosexual men think everybody's gay.
Right.
They think every man is gay. They think everybody wants to be gay. It's like an infection. They trying to spread it amongst everybody.
Right.
They just diabolical with it. They got to chase you up and down. They think everybody's gay, man. They think everybody's gay. Same thing with these devils, these brothers, these so-called homosexuals. They wanted to have sex with the angels, man. And Lot told them, man, I'll give you my daughters as long as y'all don't do this, man. And you know what them homosexuals are going to do to his daughter. They see what they did. We know this. They didn't want the women. But if it had been a crowd of men, they would have demolished his daughters, man. These girls didn't even know a man. Lot offered his daughters to these men just so they wouldn't touch these angels, man. Go ahead.
Only unto these men do nothing.
Don't do nothing to these men, but you can do whatever you want to my daughters, man. Like, that is a gesture of brotherhood, man. Like, do you know what type of brotherhood you got to have to offer up your daughters? Like, Lot didn't even know these angels. He just knew these were men of the Lord. He was willing to sacrifice his own daughters just so these 2 angels of the Lord can live, man. And that's what people got to understand when it comes to brothers in this school, man. We are men of the Lord, man.
Right.
You should be willing to sacrifice everything to give us that support that we need to build up our people. But we know we don't get that. We get bottles thrown at us, disrespected, spit on, water threw on us, cops called on us, and the verbal abuse. Good night. Go ahead.
For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. Verse 9. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came into sojourn, and he will needs to be judged.
Right. What do homosexuals always say? Don't judge me.
Right.
Don't judge me. These homosexuals in Sodom and Gomorrah said the same thing. Oh, this man just stay here, but what? He want to be a judge? You want to judge us? Because we gay? Ain't that what all homosexuals say? Don't judge me. Guess what? That same spirit was on these homosexuals in Sodom and Gomorrah. That's how you know it's a demon spirit, man. That same demon spirit that was in Sodom and Gomorrah is on these homosexuals now today. They quit to say, don't judge me. Don't judge me. These homosexuals in Sodom and Gomorrah said the same thing. Go ahead.
Now will we deal worse with thee?
Ooh, they said they was gonna do worse to Lot. They wanted to have sex with the homosexual. They said, "Oh, we gonna do worse to you." Yikes! Yikes! Go ahead.
Then with them, and they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to the back, break the door.
Right. So they got so aggressive because that's the spirit beside in that homosexuality is a violent culture in the LGBT community, which they never like to discuss, man. There's so many physical altercations and physical abuse that happens inside the LGBT community that nobody likes to talk about it. You know how many of them lesbian women out there fighting each other? And you know what's funny, right? You got the stud who tries to be the man who's out there getting her tail beat by the woman. That's the woman in the relationship. You know how many times I don't seen the stud of the relationship get beat up by the woman of the relationship? I seen 2 on fighting out there in Fleetwood one time.
Right.
It was the one that was a man fighting the one that was a woman. And the one that was a woman beat the hell out of her. I was like, damn, I thought the stud would have won. I said, well, I guess I'm sad. Is she going to go back to a man after this? Because if she tries that with him, the brother going to beat the hell out of her. But I was just like, damn, she beat the hell out of her. But these homosexuals in Sodom and Gomorrah, they were trying to get Lot and trying to break the door down to get to the angels of the Lord. Like, they were aggressive. That's what homosexual men do. They very aggressive and very violent. Very violent. That's why you ever see any of the things that they do, like any of their little shows, they always fighting and beating the hell out of each other on there. You got two cock diesel men in the house who call themselves gay lovers beating the hell out of each other. Go ahead, you got it.
That's like in Chicago this past weekend. If I'm not mistaken, I think them brothers was gay. They got hit by that car. 3 of them died.
That's what they looked like. They might have been zesty. There was a video that the trooper shared to us. Colatazar shared the video to us, and in the video, it's like you could tell by how they were fighting that they might have been homosexual. So it was like a gang. It might have been like 6 of them in the road, but 2 of them were about to fight. But somebody came through with the car, and it might have had to be another homosexual driving that car, because that's the spirit behind it. They're very violent, very violent. The homosexual came through the crowd going about 70 miles an hour. Hit 4 of them. He hit
5. 3 of them died.
He hit 5. He ran over one guy's leg.
And the other one got hit out to the side.
Yeah, he hit 3 other ones. 4. He hit 4 other ones with the car. One of them got hit so hard he got flipped and went to the side. The other 3 got hit so hard you just seen ligaments everywhere. You just seen arms and you just seen legs in the street. He hit them so hard they literally went flying. Like, they literally went flying.
I had a sister that I used to go to job for with post that same video, and she would just paraphrase. She was saying on behalf of how wrong it is, and they should never done what they done. But I was looking at it for what it was, and I had to get under a post and be like, the way the sin is death. It ain't about what was going on. It's about what the Lord is allowed happening right now. Those guys are homosexuals. The Lord's going to set an example however he needs to, just like monkeypox.
Right.
That might have been another example. But
people in the world don't get it.
right.
They don't get it. Like, they was living their homosexual life then. They go flying in the sky. That was a video for you to see. You got it out.
They think God is a loving God.
Yeah, they think God is all love, not understanding he's a man of war. It's like, we're going to go ahead and try to finish this up real quick. Go ahead. Verse 10.
Verse 10. But the man put forth their hand and pulled light into the house to them and shut the door. Verse 11. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness.
So the angels gave all the men that were at the door of the house, so like it, all the men that were at the door of the house, he made all of them blind. Like, all those men that was in front of the door, the angels made them blind. Let's find out what they did while they was blind. Go ahead.
Both small and great.
The goddamn, the children. Small and great. Go ahead.
So that they wearied themselves to find the door.
And guess what? They still was trying to find the damn door. They blind. They still want to be gay. That's no different than I was saying earlier about the homosexual who got blind. Guess what? He's still gay. Still gay. The Lord made him blind. That's heavy. I didn't even think about that. The brother had HIV, got AIDS, and got blind, and is still gay to this day. Good night. And just like these homosexuals in Sodom and Gomorrah, they blind, but they still like this, trying to touch the door. Where they handle it? We gonna get you, boy. What? Y'all blind? What are you doing? You can't see. You still want to be gay? Go ahead, go ahead. Select it.
Verse 12. And the man said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. 13. For we will destroy this place.
For we will do what?
Destroy this place.
I thought God was all love.
Right.
Why did he destroy this city that was full of homosexual? Why did he destroy it if he's all love? God loves all the homosexuals, Why did he destroy the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, man? Go ahead.
Because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord has sent us here to destroy it.
Because that sin that they was committing in Sodom and Gomorrah, it reached up to the Lord, and the Lord said, "I got to destroy this place." If you homosexuals think about that, you think about that. That's the same thing with that monkeypox, man. That monkeypox has cried aloud to the Lord, and the Lord has seen it, and the Lord is going to destroy this place. Because in the scriptures, the America is compared to Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And the Lord's going to do to Sodom and Gomorrah the same thing that he did to, he's going to do the same thing to America to what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah. And with that, man, we're going to go ahead and close out. I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Shayala. For Priest and Officer hand. Security announcement. We are the Isupk, start out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a brother or sister. When a brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, a teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Salagi. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. Means 10th in Hebrew Ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Get to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering. Not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. Upholy convocation. Memorial of blowing of the trumpet. First day of the 7th month. Sunday the 25th of September 2022. Leviticus 23:24-25. Reminder to Akim and Akwa to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone want to be a troop in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, shalom.